Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt with Operation Awesome Life, and today I want to shoot a video about you become what you think about most of the time. I'm sure this concept is not new to you guys. I'm sure you've maybe seen the movie The Secret, or you've read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Maybe you've gone through some of Earl Nightingale's stuff, which is where I heard it first. I also heard it recently through Bob Proctor's 6 Minutes to Success program, and it's really in a lot of different materials, this concept of the law of attraction, and that you become what you think about most of the time. Now, if it's so well known, then the question obviously is, how do we implement it, and why do we struggle to implement this way of thinking? We all have good intentions. We all want to think about what it is that we want to become, and we want to focus on the positives. We want to forget the negative stuff. But many of us do struggle. I do from time to time. But what I've figured out is that it's not enough to watch a video or to read a book or to hear it in a course and to hope that you think about what you want to become. You have to actually map out a plan to make that happen. And you have to use all of the resources available to you, and sometimes more than one resource at a time, to get to where you want to go. I'm going to mention a few of the resources that I think can help you to think about what you want to become, and so that you can make the transition to think about what you want to become most of the time and forget a lot of the other stuff most of the time. Now, of course, we all have circumstances and problems that come into our life that do require some attention from time to time. But the goal is to think about those things as minimally as possible and to focus ourselves onto where we want to go, who we want to become. And if we can do that, we are going to get closer to where we want to be all the time. And every day we wake up, the goal is to get just a little bit closer to that end result of who we want to become as a person, what we want to accomplish, and what we want to provide to the world. So how do I suggest you go about doing this? I'm going to name off a few things, and maybe these are things you've already heard about, but that doesn't mean they won't work. Maybe you haven't applied yourself 100% to it. Maybe you dabbled with it a little bit, but you didn't really commit to making it a priority in your life. So I'm sure you've heard of some of these, but revisit them and think about possibly re-implementing them in your life, but more importantly, committing to implement them in your life. So one of the things that you can use is a vision board. You can create a vision board, hang it up on your wall, and every single day when you walk by it, your eyes are going to be drawn to your vision board. And when you look at your vision board, try to feel like you already have the things that you want. Try to bring up the emotions as if you're already the person in your vision board that you desire to become. And that can be a really powerful tool that's great because you can use it every single day. One of the things I like to do with my vision board is I like to look at it when I'm brushing my teeth. What else could you be doing when you're brushing your teeth? And the great thing is, if you're like me and you brush your teeth 3 times a day and you have a little timer on your toothbrush that wants you to brush your teeth for 2 minutes, you can spend those 2 minutes feeling the thoughts of becoming who you want to be on your vision board, and really looking at each picture and feeling as if you're in that picture and you're already there. You're already have accomplished what you want. And use that time wisely, because if you brush your teeth 3 times a day at 2 minutes each time, that's 6 minutes a day that you could be focusing on that and not focusing on other issues that you have in your life. Another thing that you can do that's really helpful for this is journaling. You can take out 3 pieces of paper and say, today I'm going to write 3 pages of acting as if I'm the person who I want to become. I'm going to focus on who I want, and I'm going to speak it into existence. And I'm going to write all 3 pages. You don't have to save the pages. You can rip them up, throw them away, or you can write it on a computer file and keep it. It's really up to you, but that can be a really beneficial way of focusing on what you want to become. Another thing you can do, and I'm sure a lot of you already do this, is writing your goals down. But you can write those goals every day. and you can turn them into affirmations. You can turn them into something that it combines a goal with an affirmation. You can write it, and then you can also say it every single day. And that can be a really powerful combination. And I would highly suggest doing that every day as well. Now, beyond that, there's other things that you can do, such as meditation. You can incorporate meditation in your life, and it doesn't have to be 30 minutes of meditation. And you don't have to actually meditate on what you're trying to become. Meditation is different in the sense that what the goal is with meditation is to not be thinking a lot while you're meditating. The goal is to become more present and more aware of your surroundings. So if you can get better at being more present and more aware of your surroundings, what that's going to actually do is that's going to help you to be more disciplined when negative thoughts or problems are trying to vie for your mental time. When you're focusing a lot on your problems and negativity in your life, and instead of focusing on where you want to go, then what happens is your brain is going to use its built-in servo mechanism to solve that problem. It's going to solve the problem of, how do I pay this month's bills, or how do I deal with this negative issue right here? It's not going to solve the greater problem of how do I get to where I want to become, or where I want to go, or who I want to become. So yes, you have to focus a little on that, but you want to have the self-discipline to focus on what you want. So you have a small amount of time you focus on your problems, but then through meditation, you can become more aware of your thoughts and be more present, and you can get better at turning away negative thoughts and then refocusing yourself on positive things. Another thing you can do is visualization. And visualization can be used many different ways, but my favorite way to do it is to go onto YouTube and search for different visualization, motivation type of videos that show people living a cool lifestyle, doing the things they want to be doing already. And those can be such a surreal experience if you really focus on them and watch them over and over again, that you start feeling as if you are that person, or you can easily become that person, and your mind is focused on being that person instead of focused on being something that you are currently, and not focusing on what you want. So hopefully that really helps you guys. Those are some really awesome tools to help you to focus on what you want to become. And I would just say at least pick 2 or 3 of them that you want to start out with, and make it a commitment to do them every day. If you don't do them one day, the next day recommit yourself, but don't stop, keep doing it. And if you continually do that for a while, you're going to see that it's much, much easier to focus on who you want to become instead of who you don't want to become. So I hope this was incredibly helpful for you guys. If you found value in it, I'd really appreciate it if you'd share it, because I want to provide as much value to people as possible. And as always, I really appreciate your likes and comments. With that being said, have an amazing day.